Hi, it's Q&A time, and this week my question was, what do I eat pre and post workout? Really good question, and I'm kind of excited about this opportunity to try to kind of make a valid point of why you guys should be eating before you work out and making sure you eat after you work out, because those are two really important steps that I think a lot of you guys are missing. And so let me explain why. So we have this thing in our body called glycogen storage, and it's kind of like our gas tank. This is where we get a lot of our energy level from, where we, can feel good or go on that run or get our workout done. It also gives clarity in our brain. So when we're feeling spacey, or we run a stoplight or a stop sign, or we don't remember how we got home, that a lot of the time is all based on where our glycogen storage is. And if it's empty, we feel cruddy and we start getting spacey and we don't feel good. And then if we feel like really good sometimes, I don't know if you've ever noticed, after you eat a nice big meal, sometimes you feel like you have energy and you feel good and like you could actually go do something. So that's because you have filled that glycogen storage up. And how we do that is by eating carbohydrates. And carbohydrates are anything from vegetables to fruits to rice to oatmeal to bread, potatoes, things like that. So our goal is to eat those in an amount that will keep our glycogen storage maybe not full to the top and definitely not empty to the bottom. So to keep it right in the middle at all times. And as just going through our day and being who we are burns that tank a little bit. Exercising burns that tank. Even when we sleep, we're burning through that tank. So we need to constantly be replacing the carbohydrates, which turn to glucose and to glycogen, and filling that storage up so that we can feel good, have mental clarity, and most importantly, get our workouts in. So to do that, we need to eat before our workout, and then we need to refill it right after our workout, because we just burnt through that tank like crazy if you got a good workout on. So hopefully that kind of makes sense and answers that question. It's so in depth and there's so much really behind it, but that's on a basic level how we process carbohydrates. And so we use them for fuel, and that's a lot of time what gives us the energy to get through our workout. And it also, kind of on a cool note, if we have that glycogen storage, we have something in that storage compartment for our energy, then our body processes that first. And if we don't have that, then our body naturally will go to our muscle second and start eating our muscle to get the energy it needs. And because for whatever reason, that's easier for it. And then it goes to the fat after that. So not exactly the order we want it to go to. So we want to give it, send it in the right direction. We don't want it to eat our muscle, because we need our muscle, and that's going to help change our body composition. It's going to help our metabolism rev up, and which is going to help us burn more calories through the day, just sitting and being, if we have our metabolism running good. So our first step into doing that would to be protecting our muscles by actually having that glycogen storage filled enough to be utilized during our workout. So let's talk about what I eat to do that. I'm a really basic eater. I'm really lazy and I hate cooking. So I'm really not the best person to give you some fantastic ideas, but I will tell you what I eat. Pre and post workouts are a lot of the time the same for me, or I'll mix it up just a tiny bit. I kind of have my like few items that I go to and just rotate through those so I don't get really bored. And so what it looks like for me is maybe in the morning. Usually I work out early, so I'm super tired and I don't want to eat. I'm not a morning eater, but I force myself to do it. And so a lot of time that is a quick, like a cereal, like Cheerios, the rice Chex, the plain ones, the brand Barbara's, and then brown Rice Crisp. They're like Rice Krispies, but they're with brown rice. And then I have my protein powder, and I mix it in a shaker cup with almond milk, and then I dump it over my cereal, and I eat that. It's quick, it's easy, it's light on my tummy, and then I go. Another thing I do is oatmeal. I do oatmeal. There's a couple ways you can do it. The first way I do it is just make regular oatmeal. I get the quick cooking steel cut oats, the Bob's Red Mill, I think they're called. And then I get however much I need. I throw like a tiny bit of blueberries or mixed berries in there. Like, I don't even know if it's a quarter cup, something like that, just for taste. And then I microwave those together, and then again have a protein shake with some almond milk. That's a very quick and easy one. And then thirdly, what I can do is I can make that into a smoothie. So I'll get my dry oatmeal, my almond milk, my protein powder, and then just a tiny bit. I like to throw a little bit, like a quarter, like I said, a quarter cup or less of just some berries to give it a little flavor, but you don't even need that if you have a good tasting protein powder. So I throw that in there and mix it all up and blend it all up and drink it down. A lot of times, I don't drive to the gym anymore, but when I did drive to the gym, I would drink that on the way to the gym in the morning. And it was quick, easy, and I didn't really waste much of my time. It's all about making it as easy as possible so you can get yourself there with the least amount of excuses. So that's what I do. It's not exciting. The goal is to get your carbohydrates and your protein in and try not to add in fat. So keep your fats as low as possible in that meal. Like oatmeal has fat in it, but I don't add anything to my oatmeal to create fat other than what's naturally in oatmeal. There's barely any fat in Cheerios, Chex, and the brown rice crisp. So the only fat I'm getting is like the tiny amount that's in my almond milk. You don't want fat because that slows down everything, the processing of everything, and we don't want that happening before or after a workout. We want to get things just moving, and I want the best results possible if I'm going to be doing it. So I try to keep the fats low and the fiber low. So I try to stick my fruits and vegetables to a minimum in the mornings or before I work out and after I work out. So let's go into after I work out. It's almost the exact same thing depending on the time I work out, what I got going on in my schedule. But I could do exactly the same thing I just talked about, any of those options. This is a really good time to kind of, cheat. Like if you want to have a high glycemic carb, this would be the time to do it. So if you want like white potatoes or any high glycemic carb, like white bread or something like that, because high glycemic, you eat them and they like immediately go into your bloodstream, and so it replaces that glycogen super fast. And that's what we want after a workout. We want to replace what we just lost as fast as possible, so that our body can get to work and start doing what it needs to do. It gives energy, build our muscles, and do everything we need to do. So that's why we go with a high glycemic carb if you want after a workout and be completely fine. I mean, I would even say like A lot of people are like, can I have a donut? Yeah, you totally could, and this would be the safest time to have one is after a workout, but the only problem with stuff like that is then now you're getting into there is a higher amount of fat in it. But on the same note, go do that if that's what you want to do. That would be the best time of day to do that. So yeah, I really like a lot of time I just do the cereal after I work out just because it's quick and easy, and or the oatmeal. I can't think of really anything else that I do. You can also do, if you don't want protein powders, you can do straight up egg whites without adding an egg in. I'm not a huge fan of that, so I just stick with my protein powder. And you could add egg whites in your smoothie instead of protein powder. You can't taste it at all. A lot of people add egg whites into their oatmeal, and they claim they can't taste it at all either. Still, again, the idea just kind of grosses me out, so I don't do it. But I've heard it's okay. A while back, like a year and a half or 2 years ago now, time flies, so I'm not sure, I used to do that 99% ground turkey breast, and I used to saute it with cinnamon, and then I would put that in my oatmeal, and so in the morning I would just cook my oatmeal, throw my turkey in it, and then eat it. The idea of that was hard to get over, but I did it because I was hardcore. So you can kind of like whatever you can manage to get down and is quick and easy for you and to do. The way I set it up is I have 6 meals a day, so those 2 meals for me aren't my like yummy meals. They're not my, I mean, sometimes they are. I mean, the post-workout is. My pre-workout's not usually, but that's just like getting my nutrition in for my workout, and then I have the other 4 meals a day where I get to enjoy what I eat and really, really pay attention and like it. But my post-workout, sometimes I have like toast with some jam on it and, so maybe some egg whites or my protein shake or whatever. And to me, that's really yummy. So, I don't know, you just got to find what you like. So find a carbohydrate, find a protein that you like, and mix them together and try to keep your fats as low as possible and your fiber as low as possible for those meals. And that's all I can really say about that. But it will go a long way. It will make you feel really good during your workouts because you'll have energy, and you'll be giving your body what it needs to do what you're asking it to do. I mean, you're going to the gym, you're working out hard, so you need to fuel it properly and let it recover, because the work we're doing isn't really being done while we're working out. It's done after we work out and up to, a couple days after we're worked out. So we want to make sure we eat good after we work out all through the day, and that we get enough sleep and give our time to replenish itself and be able to do the work that it needs to do to repair what we just did during our workout. So I hope that answers your question. If you guys have any more questions on top of that, feel free to message me. It's really hard to do these videos and know if you're answering people's questions. So thank you, and have a good day. Bye.